For a long time, the supremacy that is driving the US space competition has eventually produced a rival that can compete with SpaceX's, the primary adversary, China's space program. Actually, China was really the third nation in the world to send a person into space, and ever since then, the Chinese government has been working to expand its space program. So, how far has China come? And how has Elon just destroyed China's best rocket? Welcome to the Tesla News Hangout. Today, we are going to look at how Elon Musk just destroyed China's best rocket. Stay tuned as we look into this. As of the end of the year 2020, Elon Musk's space company had launched a total of 26 missions into space, which was second best only behind China's space program, which had launched a total of 34 missions. But today, SpaceX has three distinct business divisions, including the launch of satellites on behalf of third parties, the launch and management of its own Starlink internet network, and the transportation of passengers into low Earth orbit, and it is currently in first place across the board. China is planning to test a brand new type of rocket powered by solid fuel that has the capacity to lift 20 satellites in the not-too-distant future. And if all goes according to plan, it will take to the skies for the first time in 2022 after having been given the go-ahead. The Smart Dragon 3, which is also known as Zhilong 3, is a small lift rocket that will function at a cost per mass that is comparable to other rockets, which is $10,000 per kilogram. Zhang Jai, a rocket scientist working for China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, CASC, was quoted as saying to Xinhua by Yahoo News, "The China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology presented SD-3 with its project certification on December 31, 2020. SD-3 is the third member of China's Smart Dragon commercial rocket family, CALT. The new rocket was scheduled to be launched by China in the first half of 2022 from a platform that was seaborne. According to CALT, the largest and most powerful member of the Smart Dragon family is the SD-3, which has a nose cone that is 3.35 meters in diameter. This vehicle has the capability of transporting 1.5 tons to a sun-synchronous orbit at a distance of 500 kilometers, SSO. As a CALT expert and a member of the CPPCC, Zhang stated that the Smart Dragon 3 aims to meet the market needs for the launch of a large-scale commercial satellite constellation. According to Global Times, Zhang stated that the Smart Dragon 3 is capable of sending as many as 20 satellites in a single flight, which enables it to meet these market needs. The maximum payload that can be carried by the Smart Dragon 3 is 30 kilograms. The next rocket that will be developed in China is designed with capability for both land and ocean launches. The Dongfeng Spaceport in Heyang, which is located in Shandong Province, China, and has been authorized for sea-based space launches, will be the location where the Smart Dragon 3 will be manufactured and tested. Additionally, the company believes that the time required to finish a commercial launch service contract may be cut down to 6 months, which would significantly improve the effectiveness of rocket launches. So that's how far China has come. Now, do you think that SpaceX matches China? Or does it dwarf how far China has come? When compared to the cost of launching a kilogram of cargo into low Earth orbit on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, that cost has been cut to about $2,720 per kilogram. This is a significant reduction from China's cost estimates. In spite of this, recently, the spacecraft completed the mission by successfully landing on a floating platform in the ocean, after delivering a fresh set of 60 Starlink satellites into orbit and landed on a floating platform at sea, completing the long-awaited mission. The SpaceX Falcon 9 is a reusable two-stage rocket that was developed by SpaceX with the purpose of providing a reliable and risk-free method of transporting people and goods into and beyond the orbit of Earth. And still, it's the world's first orbital-class reusable rocket, allowing SpaceX to reuse the rocket's most expensive components. Also, Musk's company has a commanding presence in the market for commercial satellite launch services, and not a single private mission has been launched by either United Launch Alliance, which is a joint venture between Boeing and Lockheed, or by Arianespace, which is the leader in space exploration in Europe. ULA received the lion's share of the lucrative business of launching satellites, whereas SpaceX only received 40% of the next significant batch of national security launches. SpaceX is competing with ULA for the lucrative industry of launching satellites, but the fact that SpaceX is able to achieve higher levels of profitability on its flights due to the use of reusable rockets like the one it launched 7 times in 2020, is evidence of its superiority in this field. Yet, the only rocket that can compete with SpaceX in this sector is Blue Origin's New Glenn, which is a massive reusable vehicle. Blue Origin delivered engines that were more than a year behind schedule both for New Glenn and for the Vulcan being developed by ULA. According to Musk, only the space agencies of China are expected to be able to compete with SpaceX's aim of 48 launches, which leaves the company well positioned for another year of launch dominance. 14 of SpaceX's flights included satellites as a direct result of the Starlink network that the business operates. This is not a source of revenue for the corporation. Rather, it is an investment in SpaceX's potential to become a provider of internet services in the future. Starlink has become the largest private satellite network in the world after its founder, Elon Musk, successfully launched a trial program that appears to be delivering on the performance Musk promised. The economics of the company concept, on the other hand, continues to be a mystery. But the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, and the United States military, US military, have shown their confidence in SpaceX by designating the firm as the recipient of $885 million in subsidies to facilitate the provision of internet service in geographically isolated areas. So, Elon Musk is not the only successful entrepreneur who believes that a global satellite network that operates at a low altitude would be a good idea. But also, he is the only man with an agency that has evolved space technology faster than was expected. It is true that China is also working on a mega constellation, but it is currently unknown when exactly this plan will be put into action. And this highlights SpaceX's competitive advantage in the space industry. They are likely more than a year ahead of competitors in the race to acquire market access, and there are a good number of customers who will instantly pay for this service. The first flight of SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft, which had already made 2 trips to the International Space Station with humans on board, took place in the year 2020, and this was one of the most important advancements in the field of space travel. And no other firm has attempted this before, apart from SpaceX. Boeing, the second company that NASA is contemplating paying to carry humans, found major weaknesses in its software architecture during a test failure in December of 2019. In order to bring the Starliner project back on schedule, Boeing spent the previous year revising its operational processes. Do you think Boeing will ever catch up with the giant SpaceX? Well, there are further efforts being made by other commercial enterprises in the United States to bring human space travel to the suborbital level. The first publicly listed space-focused firm, Virgin Galactic, conducted a successful test earlier in 2021. But in a demonstration later in the same year, the spacecraft's engines did not fire successfully. Blue Origin's reusable New Shepard launch vehicle was supposed to carry its first passengers in 2019 and then again in 2020, but it was unable to do so. But later, Blue Origin had a successful flight in late 2021, which is a significant step for them. However, SpaceX is one of the 3 companies that have the capability of sending humans into space. The other 2 companies are China and Russia. So, what do you think about the supremacy of the space race? And according to you, between China and SpaceX, who will win the battle to conquer space? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel Tesla News Hangout, where we talk about Elon Musk, Tesla, and SpaceX. While you're at it, hit the bell so you never miss any of our videos, as more exciting ones like this are on the way. I'll see you at the next one.